Hey guys, Yoshi from Neverwinter Uncensored here, and today I'd like to cover the Reddit AMA that took place yesterday on the official subreddit. Players could post questions in a thread, and then Astrodel and No Worries answered them. And thanks to the devs for taking the time. And there was a variety of questions answered, and normally those AMAs are not the place where the devs really announce new stuff or, break news. But it's still some interesting context, and also there were some interesting things said, and I'd like to quickly go over that. And I did a live thread on Twitter on the Reddit AMA, so I'm just going through the list and comment on the stuff that I posted yesterday. Okay, so what systems in an MMORPG? Systems are everything that you would probably describe as mechanics. So it's boss mechanics, also player powers, but also most of the in-game features like the mount system, loadouts, professions, refining. So this is what systems designers are working on. So it's a pretty big area of MMORPG or generally game development. And so questions asked did cover a lot of areas. First of all, there was some class talk, and obviously DCs and TRs are asked about nerfs. And it seems like for both classes it's one of those cases where the devs felt like they needed to nerf first and then introduce a fix later. I mean, in many questions they said and reiterated that there are more changes to class balance coming in mod 16, but right now they had to get a couple changes in to make balancing easier for them in the future, and that applies to TR power looping. No Worries said that this wasn't an option and made balancing difficult, and it was time for a significant change to allow for better adjustments in the future. So that really sounds like TRs are not getting a lot of help right now. It's just the nerf, but then there will be more stuff coming in module 16, and it's pretty much the same for the ODCs. Then they also touched on class meta and buff mechanics, and it seems like they are working on reworking the buff debuff mechanics. And Astrodel also said that currently it's really hard for them to design appropriate content for all players, because first of all, the difference in power levels between the endgame population and the casual player is really too big. And then second of all, there are only two states in which a character can be in, and that is 0 health and 100% health. So that's why you're currently seeing in dungeons so many lethal attacks, because if bosses are not able to instantly kill, or not bosses, but the mechanics are not able to instantly kill a player, chance is that that player will be at 100% health only a second later. And this, as I said, this really makes it hard to design appropriate content. They are also trying to adjust the item level system again, so it more accurately represents player power. So I guess we can agree that this is, it's working a lot better than it used to, but it's still not at a point where you can say that two players that have equal item levels also are equally useful for a group, and this is obviously something that they want to change. Next questions are related to bugs, and No Worries actually was being very honest here, and he said two things. And first of all, that they are sometimes overwhelmed with the amount of changes they need to track. And I think first of all, you can relate to that if you work in software development yourself. There are indeed situations in which a bug occurs, and then in an area that you haven't been even working on, and then you're like, well, how the heck did that just happen? And then you ask around and nobody else has been working on the thing that broke. And obviously there's a reason, but sometimes it's not as obvious how to fix it or even how to track it. And On the other hand, in a well-structured company, project management and QA obviously should be able to handle these things, and there shouldn't be a situation in which a developer feels overwhelmed by the amount of changes. And then second of all, he also said that they do not try to allocate blame elsewhere when bugs make it to the live server that clearly shouldn't have. So, and this wasn't directly related to Huntgate, but I think it's an interesting comment regarding Huntgate, because here you have a dev that seems to feel partially responsible, and they also said they will work harder, but they obviously can't fully avoid these situations. Last but not least, let's go through some quick bullets. Neverwinter said they have no plans to increase the Astral Diamonds daily cap. No plans to raise the guild hall, but they are aware of the fact that some guilds and even alliances are close to coffer capacity. No new class in the foreseeable future, so that hasn't changed. There will be new weapon sets in module 16. What else do we have? PWE is looking into Twitch loot drops, which I think is nice, but it doesn't seem like this will happen soon. And one more interesting piece of information. Neverwinter said that they did a change to hunts in module 12 and 13 in Chult. I haven't tested this on preview, but will in the next days. Apparently all rare mobs and also all hunts will now have a 100% chance to drop a trophy, which would make farming the old hunts much less painful. So this would actually be a great chance for those that maybe haven't gotten to a King of Spines or Tyrant yet and would like to do so. So you will probably have a much easier time to climb the ranks in module 15, which also means if you're actually currently trying to get to a capstone hunt, I would advise you to put that on hold for now until we have more information. Okay, I guess I'm through the list. There were some more questions answered in the thread, so I'm going to link the AMA in the description below. I hope you liked my little summary here, and see you guys next time.